Hi there, I'm Joe.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time on Star Trek, Gates fucking McFadden. She was just phenomenal in that. So was Will Wheaton for that matter.
Will Wheaton, yeah.
He was also really good. But yeah, it was Beverly Crusher's episode, and I was so happy for that because she really needed it. So
we also didn't mention it, but there was also one of those episodes where he caused the problem.
Yeah.
but unlike every other time, he's an actual member of the crew, and they were like, all right, problem, we'll solve it.
Yeah, exactly. Today we're watching an episode called Legacy. Sounds like some fan wank, I'm assuming.
Oh, it's gotta be.
We're gonna get something in there. TOS character, perhaps?
Maybe, and not too many of them would survive this long.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. We're about to find out. We're gonna get post-episode thoughts in a second. Be sure to join us then. We're about to watch Legacy. Before we begin, I do have a fun little statistic about this episode.
Okay.
This is the 80th episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, which might not sound significant. Sure, it's 80 episodes.
Sure, but that means it's how many total in.
That does also mean... We're not even halfway through this show, but it does mean we have watched exactly as much Next Gen as we did the original series. There were 80 original series episodes if you include the Cage. And yeah, this is the exact same amount of episodes as that now.
Interesting.
So, it is interesting, yeah. So, this was good. I'm a little apprehensive about it. There are certain things about it I'm not a huge fan of. And also I just didn't find the colony plot super enticing.
No, and honestly, I'm surprised they weren't there more. They seem to have a number of interesting sets they could have gone back to, but just didn't.
Yeah. But my biggest gripe with this is just... I don't like criticizing episodes and movies and things based on, like, what they're not, you know? But one thing that does slightly bother me, whenever Tasha Yar gets brought up in the context of her memory, is the fact that Worf is never included. Like... Measurement Man is a super influential episode of Star Trek in general, for a very good reason. It's one of the best episodes of the entire franchise so far.
Yeah.
But I just don't think we should always be tying Tasha Yar's memory to the fact that she fucked Data once. Like,
I mean, yes, every time that she is brought up in relation to Data, they imply that they've spent more time talking, that they got close off screen.
Yeah, there's that nice moment in Skin of Evil when, you know, Data's like, I feel bad, for myself, is that a bad thing, etc. But I don't know. Maybe did I make up the aspect of season 1 that like heavily implied a close connection between Tasha Yar and fucking Worf? Like, did I make that up? I know I didn't make that up because I watched the whole damn season.
Yeah, we actually watched it.
The opening, I know. The opening of Skin of Evil is a great scene between Yar and Worf that is heavily foreshadowing Yar's eventual death. But I got this strong sense of camaraderie between the two of them, and and Worf's sense of responsibility in taking over Yar's position makes him such a strong character in my opinion. And I don't know, he's just barely in this fucking episode. Like, it blows my mind.
It goes back to that thing we were
just talking last episode.
Yeah.
For a Remember Me video, where I just said the writers just prefer Data, and that's fine. I love Data. Data's a great character. I also love Worf, and I love Michael Dorn. I love what he brings to this character.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it as we were watching this episode, and I think it hit me. At least one reason writers like Data more.
It's a fascinating character.
Data, you can play around with the fact that Data does make emotional connections to people.
Yeah.
But Data himself never recognizes it.
Yeah.
You play around with Data's humanity. Mm-hmm. And how much does he recognize is being put into a relationship or a situation.
Yeah.
In relation to Worf, who... Yeah, he's also very interesting. I love Worf episodes.
Yeah.
But he is, in that context, less fun because he is emotionally aware.
I suppose. But then, like, that's what makes an episode like The Emissary just such a strong piece for that character. Because I still just bang on with The Emissary constantly. It's a great episode. But I don't know. It does make me really sad. And again, I don't like criticizing episodes for what they're not. Because as far as what we have for Data in this episode, it's a great little plotline for him. But I get continually disappointed at the fact that we do just kind of keep shafting certain characters in favor of just doing yet another Data episode. And so And that's not just me specifically talking about Worf. That's like a lot of the cast.
We mentioned like we were talking about while watching this.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Riker.
Yeah, Riker barely gets episodes specifically about him.
Yeah. We had Best of Both Worlds, and then I just kept flipping back through my notes, and I was like, no, the last Riker episode before Best of Both Worlds is a matter of fucking perspective, which sucks. It's
right, and I was like, Riker tends to get involved in other people's plot lines, namely Troy.
Yeah. For instance, like he's a big part of like Menage a Troy, of course.
Yeah.
We should talk about the actual episode though. we should talk about the actual episode. I do like the poker scene. Poker scene's great. The magic trick thing is great. I have a feeling Jonathan Frakes just knows a solid card trick or two. Like I feel like it's just
and if nothing else,
a talent he has.
And if nothing else, it's one of those card tricks that I can't imagine is that hard to learn.
No. I used to do card tricks. You were around.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I
used to do card tricks
I used to do card tricks a
back
lot
in the day.
So it's one of those things where like if he had to learn a card trick, I'm sure it's not hard to do.
Yeah. But we focus on Yar's home planet here. Thankfully, we avoid the defining factor of Yar's home planet that was mentioned way back when she was on the show, which is which doesn't get mentioned once. It gets mentioned once by Worf.
It very specifically goes, we should avoid this. Remember, she said this.
Yes. But thankfully, we're not. I'm gonna say it. Thankfully, we're not dwelling on like the rape gangs or anything like that.
They seem to have come and gone. Like there is some dialogue specifically mentioning.
They're like that's ancient history or something. Like, yeah. But yeah, we're here to like save like Federation officers, and then also as we get involved in this, we're here to take down the Alliance. And
that's like the B plot.
Yeah.
On the A plot.
Yeah. It's not a super enticing plot. I didn't love it. But at the end of the day, Tasha Yar is a traitor to Starfleet. She spins this whole yard about how she wants to join Starfleet and
pulls on everyone's heartstrings.
Yeah.
Oh, and the only person that she seems to indicate she didn't lie to completely, like there was genuine connection. There was Data.
Yeah, I do like the ending of that though, being that like Data is able to cut off that connection in the end. Like he's so betrayed by her that he just doesn't care. He's able to like send her away without a second thought. And I do appreciate that.
But then, of course, there's that last scene where they actually, like a couple days have passed, and Data's like, I keep thinking about her.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that's Data. That's him not recognizing, this is why we're probably like him more.
Yeah.
That's Data not recognizing the emotional connection he made.
Yeah.
He still has her little homing chip.
Little thing that could have killed her, apparently.
Yeah, right? Even though it's just a piece of glass.
It's a piece of glass or something. Like, it's, yeah.
I could see Data adding that to his collection of personal effects without thinking about why.
Yeah.
Without understanding why, I should say.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's Legacy. It's fine. It's a decent episode. I just, I didn't love it. I'm not gonna come back to it a bunch. And realistically, I don't know. I shouldn't be getting sick of Data episodes. I know I'm not sick of Data episodes.
I'm not sick of Data episodes. It gives Brent Spider, but he has a lot of practice.
But I felt I saw such a clear opportunity to focus on another character that has not been given as much focus as Data, and they just chose not to take that. Yeah. And that does bother me. So, whatever. All that said, be sure to check out the Patreon, patreon.com/BloodDonut I guess be sure to join us next time when we continue Star Trek: Next Generation. Other than this is with Joey Morgan.
I'm Jacob.
Goodbye.